Welcome to The Short Score, your weekly update of roping news from around the industry, where you can find the latest on the sport from the pro rodeo ranks to the jackpot world. I'm Taylor Vollen, and I'm your host. Hey everyone, welcome back to The Short Score. I feel like I always forget just how busy this time of year is. We have had so much going on lately, it feels like, with some of the bigger winter rodeos wrapping up in Texas recently. We had Fort Worth wrap up earlier this month, and to kind of get caught up on the Texas swing, we all know Tanner Tomlinson and Travis Graves kicked off their 2025 partnership with the Fort Worth win. They pocketed $25,350 a man after a 4.9 second run in the clean slate finals to seal the deal. San Antonio was also just getting underway at that time, and we just crowned those champs this Saturday night. Dustin Egaskiza and Levi Lord took their second San Antonio win as a team, and Dustin's third, might I add, after raking in $23,130 a man. They were pretty much flawless in their bracket, winning all three rounds. Didn't really have much luck in the semifinals, but they were able to advance to the finals after such a standout performance in their bracket, like I mentioned. They now also sit number one in the world standings. But to completely switch gears, we also kick off the Cinch Timed Event Championship today inside the Lazy E. My favorite part is that if you're not able to go to Guthrie this weekend, you can watch all the action over on roping.com for free. The timed event is one of the best events of the year, easily a fan favorite, and we are so lucky here at the Team Roping Journal to get to be a part of that. In case you're maybe not familiar with the Ironman or just not ready for this year, don't really know the schedule of events, I've got you covered, and here's what you need to know to be prepared for this year's Ironman. So like I said, it all kicks off today, Thursday, February 27th. We get the day rolling at 9 a.m. Central with the Pro-Am, followed by the awards, and then the introduction of the timed event contestants and the Jr Ironman contestants with, of course, the Calcutta. Then at 5 p.m., we kick things off officially with round one of the Jr Ironman. As a reminder, we've got 10 Jr Ironmen competing through 3 rounds in 4 events. They do not trip. They do all the other events, but they don't trip like the big guys do. Then at 7 p.m., we've got the first round of the Cinch Timed Event Championship. Day 2 on Friday sees round 2 of the timed event at noon, followed by round 2 of the Jr Ironman at 5, and then lastly the third round of the timed event at 7 p.m. Remember, this is all Central Time Zone too. Saturday is the final day with the 4th round of the timed event at noon, the 3rd and final round of the Jr Ironman at 5, and the 5th and final round of the timed event at 7. Now we have this full explainer, of course, plus the roster over on the Team Roping Journal. But we always get to kind of talk with the contestants each year to get the scoop on what they're riding, who's helping them, how they're preparing, all that fun stuff. And so as an added bonus, I am going to introduce you to just a few of this year's timed event contestants. Marcus Terrio is no stranger to the Ironman. This is his 9th trip to the Lazy E, actually, and he won the timed event title back in 2021. In case you weren't super familiar with the NFR header from Mississippi, here's what he has to say about this year's timed event championship. Okay, timed event. What are you riding?
Heading on Schmitty, Allen.
Mm-hmm.
He's 14. Calf horse. His name is Jake. And Rowdy Nimrod owns him. Steer wrestling horse is Tubby. Mason Couch owns him. Tyler Pearson's going to haze on Metallica. Steer roping, I'm going to ride Stella Proctor's horse. And they call him Nine.
Okay, perfect.
That's Coleman Proctor's daughter, if you want to put that.
What event do you feel like is the hardest to come by good horsepower in?
It's... You've got to be very choosy on everything you ride up there. The setup's so hard that there isn't an easy event. There's really not.
Yeah.
I went up there and thought I could kind of wing it on a few different events on horses, and it always tells on you.
Yeah.
Probably for me, I have to have a tripping horse that really fits me, because I'm not that good of a tripper, and that's not a secret. It's kept me from winning it 2 or 3 other times I should have.
Mm-hmm.
But probably the tripping for me, because the steers are so tough up there. They're big, they're fresh. They're like they trip nowhere else through the year.
Yeah.
And, yeah, probably the tripping for sure.
Mm-hmm. Do you, I mean, what's changed from your first year, you feel like? Because you're almost a decade in. That's wild.
Yeah.
What have you learned?
The main thing I've learned is just you have to stay steady. And it's almost like the whole heat of the race, that means nothing. Because at any point in time, things can totally reverse for anybody.
Yeah.
And your time of moving up is going to come through the time event. It's just, if you can stay solid instead of falling backwards
mm-hmm.
through it, then when your time comes, you're going to move up in a big way.
Yeah.
And that's what I think I've learned the most. And it is a timed event. I get that, but you've got to. I just want to go at my own pace. Is I think what I've learned now,
mm-hmm.
and that's not going extra caution, but it's not trying to go fast where I make a dumb mistake.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll say, as far as like talking about stuff about the timed event I've learned.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like sometimes guys pick out events that is their main event.
Yeah.
Or one that you're not real worried about. And it's almost like guys skip over working at them because they're working at the ones they think's going to give them trouble so much.
Yeah.
And then I just like the bulldogging last year, for instance, for me.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I could go a year without running any and still be one of the elite bulldoggers up there.
Right.
And I wasn't. You have got to work at all of them and be at your sharpest at all of them.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily to me about you have to be at your sharpest to beat anybody, but the stock up there is so strong and realistic. You have to be at your best to get by the stock, not necessarily the competitors.
Right. Kyle Lockett is what you would call an Ironman veteran. Kyle has 23 trips to the timed event under his belt, and he's won the Ironman twice, in 2005 and then 2011.
How does going that many times kind of change how you view the event?
Oh, I mean, I don't really view it any different, I don't think, than I did, I'm sure after the first couple, then the guys kind of got a feel for it. But, yeah, I just still know it's 25 head.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you get it all done with no mistakes, you probably got a pretty good chance.
Have you been changing anything about how you're going about it this year, or you kind of just stick to the program?
No, just kind of the same old, same old. It's a little tougher the older you get.
Right.
It's definitely a little tougher. But, no, other than that, just try to stay busy, active with it. Don't do a whole lot different. But yeah, no, just always excited for it, ready for it to get going.
What about it to you is so special?
Oh, just the caliber of the competition, and basically just 25 head. And I mean, baby, it's never over. It's never over until it's over. You've seen a lot of crazy stuff happen, and you're never out of it, and you never got it won either until it's done.
Yes, sir. And tell me a little bit about like the camaraderie between you and some of the competitors. I'm sure going as many times as you had some good stories.
Yeah, no, like you said, they're all good buds, and a lot of times, I really don't get to see them a whole lot anymore since I don't really rodeo or anything. So it's kind of always nice to go back there, and now it's funny. I'm actually, competing against some of the kids that I used to compete with their fathers, as far as, Ketch Kelton's going to be there, Marcus Terrio, I used to go with, whenever Herbert was there, and me and Kelton were always there. But, so like I said, they're all they're all good guys, and they're all trying to do the best.
What does like your day to day look like these days?
Oh, my day to day just kind of depends on the time of year. Right now, we've been really busy. Me and the kids have been branding a lot of calves for people. It's branding season out there where I live, so we've been staying really, really busy with that, and we're about done. And other than that, the kids all enjoy roping, so I've kind of become a shoot boss, kind of.
Okay.
Work shoot, ride a few horses, and yeah, watch the kids rope.
Yeah. Run me through the horses that you're bringing.
Oh, hell, I don't even really know. I
Okay.
don't even know yet. I'm gonna bring a head horse of mine and a heel horse of mine, and a tripping horse of Bobby Roberts, and the calf horse and bulldog horse still kind of up in the air.
Okay. You don't sound too pressured about it though.
No, I'm not really worried about it. I mean, I'm gonna borrow one that's what they do. So, yeah, it's not like I'm taking one they ain't never done it before, so I'm not too worried about it.
Right.
And lastly, Nelson Wyatt is entering just his third timed event, but he's coming off of a high from 2024. Last year, Nelson finished second, and like I said, that was just his second trip to the Ironman.
How is your mindset different headed into the timed event this year?
Probably the same, I would say, as last year. I just want to go up there and try to get through with as least mistakes as I can and not so much worry about time and see how it finishes up.
Are you changing any horses this year?
I think the only thing that I will be doing different is I'll be riding a different calf horse.
Okay. And how have you been preparing this year? Have you been putting more emphasis on one event or another?
Well, I haven't really. I've been healing more lately than usually, and I have a trip and dummy that I've been tying, but I really haven't tied any lap steers yet, or I haven't. But I haven't tied any lap steers yet, and I haven't run any.
Okay.
I'll probably run more calves this year maybe than I did last year. I think I only ran 3 calves before I went up there last year.
Yeah.
On the horse that the day before, but probably try to tie some more from the post this year.